How y'all doing out there in the internet world, social media world?
Yes, sir.
All the worlds that we're reaching you right now.
It's only one world. Bro.
Huh?
It's only one world, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, but you can add other worlds.
It's sub-worlds.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
So why you just say it's only one world?
Because it's only one big-ass planet, brother.
But there's other planets out there in the universe.
It's exoplanets. We don't know what they do, though.
But there's two
How you know
astronauts stuck right now.
They in space. They in the middle of nowhere.
They not on the planet?
Nah, they just out there.
Where did they go?
Space. You know what they call space? It's space. It's nothing around it. It's just a bunch of space. It's black.
So are we in space right now?
I'm in your space.
What?
I'm in my space. 1996. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Frank Sirius, a.k.a. Scooby, the godson. And I don't know what we had today, but it's number 14, single malt.
Yeah.
And I'm with my guy. It's going to be a long show.
Hey, my name is Derek, and I'm the lead vocalist for DcVybe. I'm also half of SiriusVybe. And we got a new single called Party,
yes,
P-A-R-T-Y. When you go and search for us, you spell SiriusVybe one word, all right? Don't put no space, because we ain't really in the algorithms. The bot ain't really liking us yet, because y'all ain't going to search the song enough. If you search the song more and add it, then we'll pop up more. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So go search the song, Scoop.
Man, search the song on all your DSPs. That's digital service providers. Apple iTunes, Google Music, YouTube, Amazon Music. Y'all can find Tidal. Y'all can, Spotify, Pandora. You can find the
YouTube Music.
YouTube Music. There you go. Thank you.
You finished?
And anybody else you can find that you play music on. But make sure y'all download that, man. Support your brothers, man. Listen, we got a go-go record out right now called Party, so make sure y'all go download it.
Yeah, because y'all be talking about y'all want original music all the time, and guess what we did?
We made some. 100% original.
And we quite like it.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, I done made an original song before. I don't know if I like it.
Yeah. Not everything you make is going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to accept. But who we got on the couch today?
Before we talk about the couch.
Okay.
What's this?
This is an award that we, a certificate of appreciation that Miss Chastity Green, granddaughter of Petey Green, awarded us.
Why would you put your liquor in front of it?
It's not liquor. This is ginger ale. I'm going to put this back here.
Okay.
And it's in recognition of dedication to what we do, the commitment to the service of community. And SiriusVybe Cares is our nonprofit that we started. And we want to give back to the youth in the community of the Washington, D.C. greater area, DMV area. So something like that.
You messed up.
Greater Washington, D.C. area. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Okay. So let's talk about your jacket. Let the people know what you sport.
My man Skinny from Outlaws, who's been coming to support us for I don't know how many years, awarded me this jacket.
Awarded?
Gifted.
So you going to say award again? So
yeah.
I think you trying to. I think
he gifted me. He gave me the goddamn jacket. This is what you want me to say? God damn. No, he gave me the jacket, and shout out to my man Skinny, Outlaws. Appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie, it's warm. Turn the fans on, it's warm. But yeah, SiriusVybe Primetime, man.
I got on there.
Marvelous
Mo, Davey Ruffin. You know what I mean? Fortunately, Davey, this was not gifted. I gifted you and paid for it.
Hey, it's supposed to do.
As I should, because I support. Yeah. He wasn't going to buy that jacket.
What it?
Skinny. What'd you say?
Skinny.
He wasn't going to buy it.
I would have paid for it, but he gave it to me. He wanted me to have it.
Give him some money out of this.
I will. Yeah. Skinny, you got a couple dollars coming to your way.
How much?
Send me your cash app. You know what it is.
How much is it?
I don't know. He never told me.
Nah, you give it yourself out your heart.
I give him $100 for it. $200. I don't know how much it costs. I don't want to assault the man, but y'all know what it is. It's a nice jacket.
What I'm talking about, man.
And it's warm.
Well, it's hot in here.
Can we get to our guests, please? Good God Almighty.
always want to try to run something. On the couch today, we got an actor, a director, a producer.
Yes, Lord.
What else is this, Scooby?
Writer. Come on here.
Film connoisseur.
Well,
Right here in the DMV.
take your time.
Right? Get support, man. My man
CEO
CEO
of Harbor View Filmworks.
Yes.
Oh man.
Y'all give it up for my man Chaka
Chaka
Balamani.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all having me on the show, man.
Hey, Chaka,
Man, listen.
Chaka, before we even start, right? Since you got all those accolades,
Yes, sir.
is there any way that we can get you to help us on our video?
Yeah.
Done
I
deal.
got you.
He said it on camera.
I got y'all.
Hey, Chaka, he does this thing where he lock people in.
Nah, it's good.
All
It's
right,
all
all right.
good.
So long as you know what you're getting yourself into.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh,
we
what?
got y'all.
What do I do?
You lock people in on camera. You put them on under
This
the
for
gun.
the party video?
Party video.
Yeah, that joint the song crank too. I was there. I was just at Sobeys.
I appreciate
there.
you.
See that?
Yeah, I was there.
Hey,
Yeah,
so
that joint crank.
How was the energy on that song?
No, the energy is, it's a party. We ready. I got y'all. I got a vision for y'all.
My dude.
Somebody talk to me about it. So yeah, I got y'all.
Okay. So I want to ask you this: how does one get started, or how does one get inspired to want to be a director and a film producer?
Joe, you sound drunk. You gotta slow down, but slow down and then speak.
If I sound drunk for real?
Yeah. You said film. You said like you never said film before. You was like, how does one start and film? Get yourself together, man.
If nobody knew I was drunk, they probably know now. Thank you, man.
Well, we transparent.
Well, we ain't that transparent, nigga. I told everybody this was ginger ale.
All right.
So much
Ask
for
your
that.
question again, though, so he know.
All right.
I want him to get it right.
Let me straighten up. So Chaka,
Yes, sir.
how does one get involved in wanting to be a film producer?
I mean, as far as my story, I would say that I started early being a performer. Just first and foremost, being from the area, I was just always encouraged and brought up to perform and to speak your mind and to do your thing, right? So I was writing music, original music early, like elementary school. I was already writing raps and doing things of that nature. I mean, as soon as you get instruments, when you grow up in this area, it's like you're going to be in a band. You can't even help yourself. I was in a band. Robert Skinner was on the congos. I'm in like 5th grade, you know what I mean? I couldn't even play the trumpet yet, but I was in that joint, faking, maybe try to play something, the Jeffersons or whatever was on, we was trying to match the theme song. I think I played MASH. Y'all remember the TV show MASH? I think our band, that was one of our pockets. Like back in the day, that's like my earliest memories of like
You play that now,
just
that's
music and go-go.
Play that now.
The MASH joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Never
like.
heard you play that.
Yeah. Da-na-na-na-na. That's our outro. We use it.
Yeah.
When you play it?
We play it every now and then.
That's the joint used to shut the TV off. That was the last joint come on before the
Ba, ba,
national anthem.
na, na, na,
Yeah, every day.
We play
That's
that
back
joint.
in the day.
Run it on back one more time. Yeah, you got it. That's the one.
All right.
Yeah, and then
But yeah,
and
man, so I
and
think
then the
that-
TV goes snowy. But yeah.
I think it was about me just being a performer. You know what I mean? Initially, I really started in music. Again, like by the time I had hit high school, I was in this little go-go band called Underground Band. You know what I mean? And it was just a bunch of guys from like Oxon Hill, Clinton. You know what I mean? That area.
What high school you went to?
I went to 5 different high schools, man. We ain't going.
You said
My
5?
mother was like, "Don't get on there and embarrass me." I went to 5 different high schools,
Sheesh.
3 different colleges. That's probably why a lot of people know me. But
Got
I went
around.
I went to McNamara. Initially, I played basketball, but kind of like, you know what I'm saying, had the discipline problems. The typical story was like trying to find balance between,
So
what
you
I
ain't-
really wanted
you
to
ain't go
do.
to 5 different high schools by choice,
Yeah.
or because your parents moved.
Nah, well, I will say this. I moved every 2 years of my life, which is a kind of like a strange
You
thing.
or your family.
My family.
Okay,
so
all right,
growing
all right.
up
We gotta
until
make
I
sure
was
now.
25, growing up until I was 25, I moved all through PG County. So I would be like, Upper Marlboro for 2 years. My mother would move to Clinton for 2 years. Then it was Can Springs for 2 years and Oxon Hill. So by the time I had got to like 9th grade, I had probably lived in like 7 different neighborhoods. So a rack of people knew me. You know what I'm saying? I played at Clinton Jets, Oxon Hill, Upper Marlboro. I played pound ball for everybody. Was hooping for everybody.
We played pound ball for the greatest
Boys
PG
Club.
County.
Oh yeah, Oxon Hill. Y'all play for Oxon Hill?
Wait a minute.
Oxon Hill.
No,
Wait a minute.
Don't do that.
I know you're gonna say Silver Hill.
That
My
big-
God, we used
Silver
to crush
Hill.
y'all.
That-
We used to punish y'all.
Silver
95, we used to
Nah.
punish y'all. Yeah.
Wait, who?
Definitely
We
in
don't
the
know who
90s.
You play with everybody.
Yeah, I played 95 pound
team
Oxon
was-
Hill. Oxon Hill, 95 pound,
The
1989.
Road Runners.
The road, you know what it is?
Y'all ain't do that.
1989. How old are y'all? I turned 48 this year.
Yeah, you my age.
You with him.
Yeah. We used to smash. We used to
you
smash.
definitely ain't
We used to
smashed
smash
that.
Silver Hill.
Yeah.
Joe Kennedy,
6, 7, 8th grade.
Kevin
Kevin Haynes.
Haynes, Andre Reed, Michael Roach.
You
Listen,
know Joe Bird?
Joe Bird.
No.
Joe Bird?
Was he the quarterback?
He was the quarterback.
Oh,
You know him.
yeah. I know Joe.
We ain't lose. So what are you talking about? Yeah, see, he changed his tune. Joe was my quarterback. Yeah, we didn't lose though. Honestly though.
I was older than them though.
Yeah.
And no Oxon Hill.
Yeah,
1 year of Oxon
yeah,
Hill.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell
yeah.
y'all. And this dude went to Benjamin Stoddard with me, middle school, and he played with Oxon Hill, and he was like that, but he became a pro. Sean Springs.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Sean
Played with
Springs was
Oxon
like
Hill
that.
Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
Sean's was
And,
like
and
that.
and Dante Bugs was like that.
Dante Bugs was a killer.
Yeah, Dante Bugs.
But we had, we had some players, man. We had Julian Peterson.
Oh yeah, Julian was like that.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
him when he went to Crossland and everything like that.
Yeah, we had Julian Peterson, and we also had God damn, I'm drawing
Lou
a blank.
Bullock?
We had Lou
Lou.
Bullock.
Oh yeah, so I went to McNamara with Lou. So when I started off, I was at.
So
I was
Lou
at
was my
McNamara.
quarterback at 65 pounds
Yeah.
and 75 pounds. Then when Joe came at 85, 95, 110.
I mean,
Hey
Lou
man,
was a freak
hey
of
Lou,
nature.
if you out there somewhere, man, if y'all
need to come
somebody
holler
got
at us.
contacts,
Cool
come
Lou,
holler. We
man.
need to have
Cool
you on
Lou.
this podcast,
Yeah.
Lou.
Nah, cool Lou, man, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, what's my bad? You was about to say something.
So you went to a bunch. So you went for basketball, but there was no like performing arts school. You just knew that. You wanted to
So
perform.
the wild part is that, like, early on, my mom, I used to go to like DC youth leadership camps. I used to
Yeah.
go to Duke Ellington summer camp. You know what I mean? I did the whole DC program stuff. My mom was heavily plugged into mental health, and as well as they owned a store in Forestville Mall. So just as far as like being in the community, I was active in the arts, heavy, but my real talents was sports. I mean, what I thought was going to be my real talent was sports. And so for me, my whole thing was just like chasing basketball. So at that point, back in those days, they was giving, coaches temporary guardianship over me. I would be down all the way at the bottom of Indian Head Highway at Lackey. Back then, Lackey was basically all white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back in like 1993, 1994, the majority of the school was a white school. You know what I mean?
Damn. So you was.
So I was just trying to move and trying to figure it out, but
was
back
that
and
through
forth
your
through
mother?
schools. Yeah, it was, well, I mean,
because you young, so they got to meet her.
you still go to basketball camps, so I would go to Gary Williams, I would go to all these basketball camps, so you still gonna get coaches that'll be like, I had coaches that were talking to me at Hagerstown Junior College when I was like 8th grade, 9th grade. They was already like, my guy coaches up here, but talk to my folks up here. So I kind of could use different, residencies because I was moving so much, but we was playing the game, to try to. My mom was just trying to keep me alive, to be honest, because it's in the middle of the 90s.
Yeah.
So, everything else that's going on, my mother was just trying to figure it out. One thing that we did have the advantage of is I grew up going to Ebenezer, AME Church. So while that was growing, like the youth ministry was growing, and Tony and Billy Lee, at that time, they were like in their 20s when I was a teenager. So they kind of seen like a youngin' be, he be running, hanging around a lot of older dudes. We need to pull him up. So I kind of had a balance, but I feel like, again, like I said, that the performance part was something that was always in me. My mom knew I was talented. My mom knew I could play the piano. I could write music, but my love and passion was just what a general, 15, 16-year-old in the 1990s growing up in this area was. It was like, I'm on basketball, girls, go. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's all I cared about, was clothes, go, girls.
Who was your band
That's
in
it.
'95?
95, man. I was definitely on NEG hard, and I was on JY hard and back. So for us, we used to go see back early in the 90s when they used to be when back then they were still Congos. We used to say that was the Congo back era. Yeah. The early 90s, 91, 92, 93. Right. They used to really be smacking, you know what I'm saying? And so I was a big JY fan. I grew up on JY because, again, like I said, mostly I was on Southern PG, like Oxon Hill, that area. And that's all basically like a Southeast type of energy, you know what I mean? So I was heavy on junk, but NEG, man, was like,
they came through.
Bro, 95, 96. I used to go to Eastern Shore, so I went to Eastern Shore. We would leave Eastern Shore, drive to the Met,
and drive
back.
And
then go back the same night, 2.5 hours. That's how hard we go.
So those are the OP Tribe days?
OP Tribe. Oh, yeah, so OP Tribe, because Which Caller was down in school with us.
Yeah.
The keyboard player, Arvell and them. Yeah. Yeah, so I was down there when Chew and all them was down there, Kirby. I was down there during that era of Eastern Shore. I went to South Carolina State, too. And I went to I ain't gonna get into all the colleges I went to.
So you went to 5 different high schools and 3 different colleges.
Yeah, went to 3 or 4 different colleges.
So you're well traveled.
One thing we can say, you educated.
Yeah, I'm educated. I'm well traveled.
You're
That's
cultured.
what it is. Yes, I'm cultured. I'm cultured, man.
They can't figure out which homecoming you got to go to.
Right. So when you go to homecoming, what would you say? Who was your home school?
Depending on who wins, Slim. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody pretty much knows me from Eastern Shore, I think mostly because I only really did one semester.
Well, Eastern Shore just got a football program, though, so they don't really have.
Eastern Shore is a party school,
it's
though.
A party
That's
school,
what everybody knew.
But they homecoming is doing their basketball.
The clusters. Oh, my God.
The clusters. You know about the clusters.
Jesus Christ. I had some times at the clusters.
Yeah, man. That was a party school, though, man.
You got, see, this is the thing about you. You got to realize that these interviews are not about you. And you're always talking about I. Nobody cares on these interviews, man. Get a guest they respect.
The man mentioned Maryland Eastern Shore, and it brought back some memories.
I would keep your memories to yourself.
No. The memories are for the world. All right, I had some times at the clusters, and that's all I want to let the world know. I had some times at the clusters.
Everybody that knows about Eastern Shore hear that clusters, they going to be cracking up laughing right
Yeah,
now.
they know about the clusters.
They know about the clusters.
I wish you was there, brother. I wish you was there. You was down Bowie State, though. It's all good. It ain't the clusters.
Nah.
But down Eastern Shore is where I really started with film. Just the, you know what I'm saying, fast forward, you know what I mean, after just having experience with performing, rapping, doing stuff like that.
So you was a rapper too?
Yeah, I actually got a double TGO, the gifted one.
Yes, sir.
TGO. So I had a 22-track album. Like I literally performed on, I don't know if y'all remember Bob Smoke TV.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was on there, performed at Republic Gardens, jumping on stages. I was more like a militant rapper, kind of like a
fuck no. You gotta give us a militant rap right now. Give me
hustle to struggle till every opponent crumbles. I'm sturdy, but yet I'm humble. This world is a police jungle.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I'm out of breath. I had a little bit of scotch, y'all. But yeah, man.
Nah, but that was a flow.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah. So when you in Eastern Shore, and you said that's when you got in the film, right?
Right. So what happened is I did an internship, really. To be honest with you, I did an internship. I was my mom is from New York. I'm West Indian. I'm Afro-Caribbean. My dad's from the Congo. My mom is from St. Croix. So my mom's whole side of the family lives in the Bronx. So I would go up there all the time growing up. You know what I mean? I pretty much had been there every year of my life until COVID. So it was just something that, like, New York was a big part of my culture as well. And so just even with music and performing and arts, that was something that I was always exposed to. So I had an uncle that was working at the MTV building, and he was doing, like, on the editing side. So I got an internship summer 97. I went down there and just seeing all these artists, because this is like the TRL Live days, like the Total Request Live, and you're seeing Jamie Foxx and all these people, you know, all the VJs and all these people that were coming in, Bill Bellamy, all those people were just like dreamers. And the energy, if you've ever been around people that are living in their dream, it's contagious. And so for me, just to see that energy and to be around it and to feel it and just start talking to people, I already kind of knew I had something special. Like, people could recognize it in me, and regardless of what I was doing, when it came to the arts, you could put me in anything and I was going to be a creative. I was going to put a scenario together. So after that, when I came back to school that next year, I was like, "Hey, Slim, I'm over all of this. I'm about to start acting.
Yeah.
I want to write. I'm going to be a filmmaker." Because I was looking at the music videos, and at that time, Hype Williams and them was doing these music videos.
Was
and
$1 million
like,
videos.
Oh, man, them jumps was fascinating. They was telling stories.
Right.
And I was like, man, I could do that shit. But nah, how about I just do a movie? So I wrote a whole movie called School of Hustling. Went down there, we started shooting it, you know what I'm saying? And just, again, this is like VHS, VHC cameras. And just that alone was the first step for me to say, I see something in myself. And then I could get people to believe in me. And they thought that I was doing well. So I immediately was like, all right, I'm out. I came home. Once I came home, I got my first job. I was working as a TV cameraman, basically like a studio tech at a private Republican station down in Capitol Hill. It's called America's Voice. What that did is introduce me to producers. And the producers that saw something in me, a lady named Tamika Felder was like, you need to be in front of the camera. And she started helping me develop shows and just concepts and things like that. And after that, she was like, just go to school. So I went to DC TV, got all my TV certifications and started writing and working on pilots. At the same time, I was taking acting classes and doing theater. So started doing a lot of just the whole circuit that was going on in DC, the independent theater circuit. That got me into acting. But in the meantime, I was writing television series, developing pilots, and learning the industry. Once I got my foot in the door, I was like, it's film time. So that's when I just started writing films and doing independent stuff. And I've really been doing everything on the independent level on my own since about 2002. Creating my own lane, doing independent youth advocacy films.
Crazy. So for the people that's listening, so you said you did some schooling, DC TV schooling, and how long, a course like that? And that's still active now?
Yeah, absolutely. So, to do anything, if you're interested in going to, television and learning about, creating your own TV shows, producing your own TV shows, directing, lighting, camera, all of it, in your city, you probably have a public access station. Most courses are about 8 weeks, you know what I mean? Consistent, you can't fuck up. You got to go and show up and be serious about it. But you can get certified on lighting and cameras and all these different techniques. And then, yeah, I mean, I probably spent maybe about 2 years up there, but it was 2 years, not just all of classes, but projects and working on other stuff and just growing.
I'm about to say the information probably invaluable though.
Yeah, but it is. It's and still to this day, some of the key things that you'll see wrong on Tubi or some of the stuff that you see is stuff that they taught you right back then, the same concepts, key lighting and setups and stuff like that. It was all the basics, but you got to invest in yourself, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just didn't know. Back then, if y'all can imagine how hard it was to try to get into the film industry in the 90s, you know what I mean? You had to really know somebody or just by chance, you know what I mean? Get
because now you got different avenues.
Get discovered. Yeah, now you could.
It wasn't no independence.
Right, it wasn't.
Somebody.
It was, but it was it wasn't no avenue.
There was no way to know about it.
The same thing with
the word of
music,
mouth,
though, right?
Right.
You couldn't get your music distributed as an independent.
Nah, not back then.
No.
Nah.
And even in the DVD days, so I have a movie that's on Tubi now. It's called 6 Hearts, 1 Beat. That was my full feature directorial debut. I believe it was around 2009. They had it in Walmart and Blockbusters and stuff like that, but you have to really have somebody to back you that can even pay to get it pressed back then. Right. You know what I mean? That was a big part of your budget. If you were doing movies and trying to get it packaged, you were going direct to DVD. It was expensive. And I used to tell people, I used to say, man, when people would laugh at YouTube, oh, man, you got your junk on YouTube? I was like, dude, I used to walk around with DVDs. I had 50 in my book bag. And then even if I had all these people right now, we could all watch that DVD. I take that DVD home with me. It's over with. You can't send it to nobody. You can't share it with nobody. Right. YouTube came out. It's one of them short films you saw a trailer of. It was 56,000 views. 56,000 people saw a movie that they could have never saw it without streaming. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it puts levels to it. You know what I mean? So for somebody to tell me, who used to walk around with 100 copies of the DVD and knew only 100 copies was going to be seen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
How many people in the room? That's it.
Yeah.
Or 1,000. But with streaming, now, I do movies and they stream 4 million, you know what I mean, in 1 year. So it's just a whole different level. But Dre was trying to warn us in one of those songs. He was telling us about when streaming is coming, like how it was going to change the game. It's the pros and the cons because you're still not gonna get the value, the money right.
Your reach is broader, but the value is diminished.
Access lowers the value, man.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, man. But that's
on
basically how I got my foot in the door.
We gotta put that on a t-shirt.
But it's gonna be his t-shirt though.
It's gonna be his t-shirt. Bro. We can.
You got
Man, but you said us. I was just correcting.
You always correcting me. That's the problem. You always got something to say.
Not a problem if you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. I said we need to put that on a t-shirt.
You said we. Me and you.
Yeah, we can still put.
You
He didn't have an idea about putting it on a t-shirt. I said we, me and you. We can cut Chaka in, but we can put it on a t-shirt, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Access lowers the value.
It is.
No, that is. Well, you should take heed to that.
You just gotta have me. You gotta tell me what to do. This man just got to tell me.
You're too excessive.
He just has to tell me what to do.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just reiterating the statement that he made.
How did we make?
Okay, your value is lower.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jeez. What's wrong with him?
Shaka, if you ain't noticed by now, we like the odd couple.
I see that. I've watched the show. I already know. I already know.
So Shaka,
yeah.
With that being said, you getting more views.
Mm-hmm.
Does that now have to push you to put out more product? Like, so would you need more quantity now in order to get because your access is sort of up more now, right? Because it's on YouTube.
Right.
So if you get more quantity, now you get more views. It's like everybody's just...
Well, yeah, I mean, so YouTube was basically the infancy of where we are now. So when I brought up YouTube was kind of like the start, and kind of, to be honest with you, the way that people talk about Tubi, like, first of all, people are ignorant to Tubi. They have no clue that those 65 million people are making super bread, right?
Yeah.
So the way that people talk about Tubi now, right, was kind of like how the way people would treat YouTube when it first came out.
Back then, yeah.
Oh, your video on YouTube. It ain't on BT, it ain't on MTV. They would try to shit on you, you know what I mean? But the reality is that you're taking something from your heart, from your dream, you made it happen, and you put it on the platform.
I got a
That's the
question
win.
about that now.
Yeah.
Is it the people that are here locally doing that? And that
Nah, it's everywhere.
Well, I think that there is a
Stigma.
I think it's an ongoing stigma that people that are insecure about your accomplishments are always going to find a way, no matter where you at.
Those are usually the ones
they're going to find a way, to try to use
that
it.
can touch you, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that when you focus on the bigger market,
Mm-hmm.
there's more people out there that are going to watch the film
Mm-hmm.
and have their opinion not based on where it was housed.
Mm-hmm.
They just watch the quality of
Right.
Well, I think that's mostly people.
that's, I think that which we should be focused on.
Well, I think that's people in general.
Because
Like,
that other shit is noise to me.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Right? Because Tubi, they do talk about Tubi, right? And Tubi
has some pretty
Tubi
bad
has
movies.
but Tubi has to be coming full circle because they starting to get
And
blockbuster movies.
and you get paid.
Not just that, you have to understand that, like, when you talk about content, right, we were starved. And you talk about coming out in the 90s. When we graduated in 1995, it was like 6 black films that released that year. That's it.
Yeah, 6.
On Tubi tonight, it's going to be 6,000 black films tonight that's going to get loaded up. Today is their day.
Right.
We've been starving for independence. So you know what happened because of that? The result of that was that there are millions of black people that watch Tubi nonstop. And they just let the TV run. My wife is one of them that's guilty of it. On the weekend, you can find her cleaning, sitting down the TV. She barely watching the movie, but will pause and hold on. I'm watching, and she's watching the joint, and she's running it up, and it's running commercials, and it's running ads. What that does for the creator is it literally balanced the playing field. So I was in a movie called Thanksgiving Roast, right, which is by Trey Walker. He did a Naughty Christmas Story and Thanksgiving Roast. That movie, when that movie first came out in, I believe, 2021, it was still kind of like people were still inside. Parties weren't happening. People wearing masks everywhere. That movie got so many streams. One, it was a Thanksgiving movie, right? Most people doing Christmas movies. So if you find your own lane, right, you create your own lane. Now you found a new audience, right? And I can tell you that the power of having that platform and having that access, I get stopped at airports still. In Atlanta, I could be there and getting out the joint. Use Uncle Leroy in that joint. I'm like, dang, you saw that joint?
Yeah.
Millions of people watched it. You could never win in 1990. Could an independent come out, make a movie for under $100,000, and you know what I mean? Millions of people see it.
I've heard that Tubi pays better than any other platform in terms of like Netflix and Amazon.
Depends on the deal.
Per stream.
Yeah.
Per stream.
So per stream, of course, the big boys, if they invite you in, they not gonna give you. They not giving you. You ain't getting no stream. Nah. You lucky to be here. Like Michael Jordan said, you need to pay for dinner. You here with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that's how they give you. They'll hit you on a lower percentage on the streams, especially like stuff when you deal with Amazon. Well, that was before. Before Tubi put pressure.
Right.
You know, after that Super Bowl commercial and the TV turned off that joint, everybody knew they got 65 million subscribers. Tubi's here now. Now they started opening the doors. That's when you started seeing more independents come into Amazon now.
Okay.
So now they started saying, well, we're going to do commercial platform too. We're going to do AD spots, and started letting independents come in and bring their independent films. I do believe that Netflix still holds a quality tier. And I mean, it's deserved. You know what I mean? To me, I was just, I talked to Jason about it. I was saying that, like, you can look at some of my stuff from 15 years ago, and it will run circles around, because of the fact that I went to school, and I know that it's like, all right, I know the importance of coloring, I know the importance of audio, all the things that they teach you. I just didn't choose to ignore it just to say I'm going to rush and get it out. And then there's also the process. Like, people forget about marketing. They just want instant gratification because of our phones. You know what I mean? We're so used to doing everything instant. Back in the day, you would hear about a movie and festival. Oh, that joint won in Sundance. Oh, that joint won in Cannes. It'll run for a whole year before that joint even make it to the theater.
It was almost like it had to go through festivals.
Yeah, it had to go through it because that's where you got your momentum. You know what I mean? So that's how I do. That's why I move that way and do things old school. I made the Christmas movie. It was done. We had it in time to get it out last year. But if I did it and I just rushed it out, I wouldn't have had y'all on there. I wouldn't have had the music that I wanted. You know what I mean? Right. And then we would just put it up on Tubi, and then it would just been out, and everybody would have forgot about it. You know what I mean? It ran for 3 weeks, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Now we get to go through all the festivals that we get in. We get to talk about it. We get to do the behind the scenes. We get to build on it. I get to meet your son. You can tell me, we can add to that. You know what I mean? So you put layers. So by the time this joint reaches, Christmas time this year, it'll be a different film it'll have built.
So you can take a film that, say for instance, the film that we have music on.
Yes.
You can run through a festival, and you can go and then add to the film.
Know why? Because it's my movie.
Right. So
yeah. So I'm the studio. That's right. So after we did our original screening, I went in, I saw it on the big 60-foot joint. I'm like, oh yeah, this little joint, I want to push this in. That's dark. I want to take that out.
Oh, okay.
So I went and did all of that.
Do you add scenes or you just?
Yeah, I can. So you can add scenes, but
usually you don't.
Usually you wouldn't, but sometimes you would because certain things are on the cutting floor, and you say, "Dang, I gotta put that back."
Right.
Certain things you say, "Man, I need to go reshoot that." You know what I mean? But again, you take away the infancy if all you're doing is saying, "I'm going to make a movie in 10 days and try to get it to Tubi, and it's up in a month." You lose all of that. You see what I mean?
So you're more so doing like a production simulation. So you're doing your premiere and everybody's watching the movie.
Yeah.
And then you can see reactions to certain things. You can say, all right, boom.
So it's more like a tester.
This scene is similar to this scene. Maybe we need to beef this up. Or this might need to come after this. Replace a scene.
Or I'm screaming, music, because I can just hear footsteps.
Right.
So I'm just like already I know right here we put something
with
and you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it every time you watch the film. I've probably seen my movie 100 times, but it depends on what space I'm in.
And you can be looking at other people and saying, okay, boom, that was a part that really. So how can we build that up even more?
Yeah, and you can't be. I think you got to be open minded too as well. Like, so if I'm an artist, I respect other artists' views. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you gotta be able to eat your own shit. I don't care whatever you cook, as long as you can eat it. You know what I'm saying? If nobody else like it, if you good with it, you can live with that piece of art. You know this shit live forever.
Yeah.
Whatever we record, whatever we put down, it lives forever. It's personal. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that that's the most important part. You gotta have that attachment to yourself. So that's why I was big on doing independent early.
Yeah.
A lot of people wasn't really doing that, and I kind of took a different route because I was like, you know what? When I talk about create your own lane, I knew that young people needed a voice. So I immediately went into youth advocacy. So most of my films, the reason why a lot of people didn't know about me early was because I was doing films for like the NFL or like youth jails and things like that, where it was dealing with the high school dropout rate or teen domestic violence, things of those natures. But I was shooting at quality. So I was getting to a bag that people didn't even know about, because I could go in a lobbyist group in Congress would say, oh, he's made a teen domestic violence. I was in the White House showing my movie. So these are things that was happening where, like, behind the scenes, I was just kind of like making these moves and showing people that if you can, you know, people really want to know in this business, can they trust you with their money?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the bag if I give it to you?
Yeah.
So me, I was kind of like, well, I got some ideas. And so it was always important for me. I felt like as a youngin' when I was rapping and, you know, just in bands, even when, you know, the music that we was trying to get out, it was really about me just talking about what we were going through.
It was always conscious.
Yeah, because I mean, it was just reality. It was like, you know, you be 19 years old, you just came back, you know what I'm saying, from the Zulu Cave, whatever it was, you coming back from a show, you know what I'm saying? The Zulu Cave days, JYB, right? Yeah. And you know, and you get pulled over, 4 or 5 cops get behind you. You know what I mean? They gassing you up. You know what I mean? Which I got going on in this joint. I done had it where the cop done tore my bumper on my birthday, my 18th birthday, because I had the provisional still on. Bama could have gave me a break. I was literally like right around the corner from my house. Our graduation night and everything. We said, man, we just coming back from the Barnside. Y'all remember Barnside? St. Barnabas Road. Yeah. So Barnside, whatever. We was coming back from Barnside, trying to get home. We tell the cop all of that. He like, nah, y'all niggas high. He said, man, shut up. Everybody shut up. He started running everybody's joint. He come back and say, yeah, you got the provisionals. So they start jumping on the back of my bumper. I just got the little jump from the auction. Y'all know the Beach Road jump. You know what I'm saying? Got the little auction Buick Century. Yo, the Bamas tear the whole bumper down off of my car.
Black cop or white cop?
2 black cops, 2 super white cops. You know what I'm saying? Just PG County at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Just ain't nobody going.
If you watching this and you remember that you did this, asshole.
Yeah.
Kids.
But that's what it was, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like
for a provisional license.
Yeah.
I would
like just fucking with us because they could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They knew they could press us out. You know, they was like, y'all been around the valley. I know y'all just came from around Delaware. I know y'all got some smoke in here. They was, you know what I'm saying? They was naming strips and, you know, just trying to press us out. But that was kind of like the thing that I went through so much in my life, like consistently run-ins with, you know what I'm saying, just that kind of energy. So I was really militant about everything that I was doing. I was intentful. I won't even say I was militant. I was more intentful about the way I was going to display what we were going through as young people. And I wanted to give young people a voice. And what I found out was that young people was telling the same stories I was going through. Back then, now, if you put my 22-track album on and a song like Police State comes on, it's really talking about exactly what's going on now.
It's relative to the day.
To the day.
Relative to the day, yeah.
That means, man, if you got all them tracks, then you got a bunch of movies hidden in your song.
And they were, and that was one of the things that was different about me was that, like, it was like I could be, even when I was 16, it was like, Grandma, how you doing today? It's your grandson, smack that wild world. Me and Z still having fun. I just made a run. Look, I know you ain't proud. Tell you what, though, my face is really known in the crowd. Local girls screaming loud when I'm out on the scene. Guess I live my life of Marcus through hood life dreams. So I was literally talking about just going to Six Flags at 16 years old, me and my brother hanging out, my cousin and died. But this is like the same stories that are being told now from the youngins that I'm talking to, and they struggling. And the difference is that they just want somebody older to, you know, relate to them. Like I one thing I learned when I had kids was like, I told my kids early, from the time I send you out this door, like, my fear is that you gotta be able to defend yourself. Safety always been a priority for me. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So, but you gotta realize that once you send your kids out kindergarten, first grade, They basically stepping into the real world. You trusting adults to act like adults, and y'all know some niggas that don't act like. I know some bus drivers right now. I'd be like, my child would never get on that bus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I know how they go. But it's like you have to understand that these little people become grown adults. It's a hierarchy they get introduced from the moment they step on the bus. The nigga that run the school in elementary and 6th grade, the dude that's like that, it's already established. They figure that out quick. And now you got to adjust. And if you're not talking to your kids and acting like they not having to deal with real decisions, but you want them to, you know, be respectful and teach them everything you talk. Nah, you don't even want to communicate. It's pressure. Yeah. What I'm going to do is this dude right here that I think can whoop me, he keep pressing me out. Do I take the L? Dad, I don't want to lose the fight. You know what I mean? So now you got to have a real conversation about heart. You got to have a real conversation about not letting nobody get the jump on you. If you really feel like it's a threat, what you going to do about it? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But these are the things.
About the consequences.
Yeah. Man time is at 5-6 years old.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
And that's the time, think about it. As kids, that's the time where your brain and your learning curve is on speed.
Yes, you soaking everything up.
Everything is like it's crazy.
And this is and we from a high influence area. Yeah,
and we ain't had the internet.
Yeah, no. But we had each other, and I'm telling you, as soon as you got on the bus, everybody stood up, look, see what kind of shoes you had on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What kind of gear you was in, whatever Bugle Boy used, Major Dam, all of that shit. Guess it was pressure. You had to have that stuff early. You thought about all of that at an early age.
Used jeans.
Yeah, because I mean, it was pressure to have the Madness hat in the '80s. If you ain't had that Madness joint, it was pressure, dog. You ain't had that hat with your name on it. It was on your neck,
up against the wall.
Yeah, up against the wall. Merry-go-round, all them joints.
Yeah. Oak tree.
Remember the skids?
Skids. The plaid joints.
Discount mop.
Pajamas and some high top
and a big ass t-shirt.
You know,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
E-tonics, all them jumps back there.
I want to go back real quick to Tubi though. Like,
yes, sir.
Are there filmmakers that purposely make bad films?
So,
no, listen, no, hear me out. Because some of the shit I see,
you think they do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Yes, man. Like it can't. You cannot.
What the fuck does something bad on purpose?
I'm telling you, it gotta be, bro. It gotta be. There's no way somebody can die like that.
So I think that and that's the part that, like, as me as a filmmaker, it gets frustrating because I think that people don't even give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, they just trying to get something out. Give a fuck. They trying to get it out, and they know that there's more chances of that shit going viral for it being terrible,
for being bad.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, you know,
I'm telling you,
what's the difference in hearing a bad song?
Nah, it's different with these filmmakers.
But it's perspective. Again, I'm not gonna say
they still think they movie is good.
No. That's why I asked them, do they do it on purpose? Because nobody makes a bad song and say somebody gonna like this. They make a bad song and think they good. No, they think they good. But what I'm talking about with the film side.
But you know what also happens?
It's almost like a parody.
They have people that are easily impressed around them as well. Because a lot of people, like if you're around a cinematographer, right, a dude that really shoots, colors, edits, does all of that, he'll look at anything and tear that shit apart. Like he'll just be like, oh, I can't even deal with the shit, right? So a lot of times what ends up happening is people will see a real mid film, and I've been to a lot of premieres, not slighting nobody. I'm just saying I've been to premieres where something is mid, and the audience will get up and there'll be 1,000 questions. They'll be like, this is the most amazing thing. This is beautiful. We ready for MTV. Let's go to let's go to Netflix. Netflix, y'all ready? And some of y'all be the audience be like, you've been there. You done been at the Q&As, and you've been like, people been gassed, and you be like, that jump was all right. They need a little bit more work.
Yeah, but let's not get carried away.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not get carried away. So I think a lot of times that's what happens is that people just so impressed at the fact that, oh man, I don't know nobody that's making a movie. It's one person in here right now that's a filmmaker, right? So there's a lot of people get impressed by stuff like that.
Hold up. So this is what I'm saying. Some of the stuff I see on Tubi, it's like you shoot somebody, and the way they die, it's like almost like I'm gonna die bad, just so people can talk about it.
Yeah, and that's it. I think
is that a thing?
It may be a thing. To me, it feels like it has to be because
it gotta be.
I'm saying to you that somebody saying to them, man, you probably need that shit there. This shit to go viral.
I've seen some Tubi movies.
Yes,
okay.
I will say that it's some terrible Tubi movies, right?
Right.
But he's saying it's an independent. They don't have no criteria if you load in your film. Right?
This is what they are trying to tighten that up now, but originally when they let the gates open, they was taking everything.
So
some of this shit been bad.
They don't. for one, it takes time, which equals money.
You can't go back and edit it. That's another thing. So limited budget is sometimes limited
budget.
So come back and cut that again.
Now you ain't get the right actors and that. You just got some people say, "Man, come on, do this movie for me."
And that's also happening.
I want you to die right now.
You don't like me?
Yeah, don't know. I'm saying just react it. Now you hit your head hard as shit. See, that was a good die.
That was a good die for you.
That was a good death.
Okay.
All right, you can wake up, brother. I can see you moving.
I'm actually dead.
Yeah.
I know there's more cushion in this motherfucker.
Nah, you hit your head hard as
This
shit.
shit fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck, y'all get this from Bob's? Fucking Bob's furniture right here.
Nah, but I'm saying, but Tubi is like, you'll see somebody shoot somebody, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be like, I can't even do it bad.
Go ahead, do it bad now.
They'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it again.
That's it. Eyes be open and everything. They be like this.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, are you dead or are you having a dream?
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's like,
Yeah, but everybody.
nah, it's not. It's different, bro.
It's a lot of that.
No.
It's a lot of it, though. It's a lot of it, but I don't think they can help it. I don't think they can help it.
Him using the acting thing,
Yeah.
it's almost that he's imposing or saying that the director is saying.
Somebody got to be trolling me,
Saying
man.
that.
I
Not
want
like
you to
that.
die like that. Nah.
Right?
No, somebody
No,
trolling.
they see them die and they say, "Fuck it."
I think
we
it's
got
a
some
lot
other shit
of.
to do.
I think it's a lot of kind of just
trolling
lazy,
us.
lazy
Yeah.
filmmaking, man.
But it's a lot of inexperience.
But that's what
don't
you know.
really know.
That's what I'm saying is that there's inexperience and people trying their best, and that's why I don't want to. I want to take it from it because to be honest with you,
not
like
gonna
if I
shit
look
on
back 15 years, I don't be like, hey, y'all go run to see this movie. I mean, I got something on it. Like I said, I got stuff that's old on Tubi right now that I wouldn't be like, hey, y'all put this on first.
Right, because you know you
Because
got
I've
better
progressed.
over
Yeah,
time,
I've elevated from that.
In
But there's a time that you got to get there, and you can't. It don't happen overnight. It happen over life. You see what I'm saying? It don't happen
That's
overnight.
like them going
so,
to hear us sing when we was 15.
These are grown folks. Dying like that. You don't die like that.
I mean, and these are people playing with the art, and I think that I'll be honest with you, a lot of actors
I'm
are
telling you,
upset
bro,
about it.
they
A lot of people
trolling.
that have really put in the grind and work and have gone to the acting classes and schools and did theater and really
That
put in
know
that
better.
bump, know better, and so you've now infiltrated our art. And once you've gotten your opportunity to get your foot in the door, this is what we get. So it's harder to see a movie like Million to One, which is a movie that I produced that, went to ABFF. It was written by Harold Jackson. It's a really super dope film. It's on Tubi, but you're not going to see that if there's another viral film with some woman getting her coochie ate out by a dog. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen that movie?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was a crazy
It
movie.
was a clip on Instagram. Like,
Yeah, I forgot
this
the
is
name.
on
Sloppy
Tubi.
Seconds.
Like, this is
It's
a
called
real-
Sloppy Seconds.
This is a
I
real
just promoted
movie.
it,
And it's
again.
got millions of views.
But it's a crazy movie, right? Where it was so volatile that they took it off. But this movie's running the same time as we got a movie that's nominated at Martha's Vineyard. The Obamas is watching this movie. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And it's the hottest. It's one of the groundbreaking films that are coming from independent artists, and it's getting smothered by shock value films. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of that is a culture that's going on. I mean, shock value anyways moves the needle. You look at how celebrities are just doing desperate things.
That's what I'm talking about.
Prevalent. So I think that doing some of the dumb dying, doing some of the just things that are going to be shock value is going to get you in the press or get you free media and promotion. Because if people trash about you, because if they call it ass, popular. If you get 4,000 people to call it ass, you know what people going to say? Man, let me see how ass this Joan is, man. And they're going to say, let me laugh at it too. And Tubi don't care as long as that commercial run.
Yeah. Eyeballs.
There you go.
So if you were making a movie today,
yes.
or if you were giving advice to somebody, a young filmmaker, like we want to do a film.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, would you put us in the film?
What? Yes.
No, not put us in the film. We want to do our own film.
What the fuck you mean no?
No, I ain't saying no to that. The characters, Herb and Clem, we want to do our own film.
I saw the one where y'all was. It was another one y'all did with Dennis, and you was like, "Come on, man, the man with the balloon." That joint was funny as shit. That joint was one of the funniest jokes I ever seen. And at that moment, I said, "These two dudes need an 80s style movie where we just take y'all go meet some old people. We take y'all to Miami or whatever. Leave here and go put y'all in a foreign environment. But y'all got like these 80s type characters. I could see it. Yes.
Yeah. So if we did that, we filmed it. What platform would you suggest that we would be best served?
So here's one thing I wanted to say also that's to your advantage as an independent filmmaker that I didn't have when I first started was that you have the metaverse. So because you have streaming platforms, all you really need to do is use meta ads to continue to strategically market your movie for your audience. So basically you can pick your demographic, you can pick your geographical locations where you want to introduce the film. And I would tell you to introduce it by region. Take your movie, put it in. I would say Tubi is a good place to land it. You know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to get your buzz and get your name up. It's easier to do a direct link to Tubi and you put a metaverse ad on. And let's say you drop $900, right, for the month just on your ads and you're going to run it for 30 days. So for that $900, somewhere around $900,000, that might get you around 15,000 direct clicks into your movie. You see what I'm saying? Just right into your movie from that ad space. That's just me giving you a ballpark figure on experience from what I've seen from those meta ads. So before, when you were coming out, you would have to pay for a commercial on TV or radio. You don't have to do that no more. You don't have to have no plug. You don't have to have no backing, no marketing, no studio. You can make your own lane. So I would tell you, independent filmmakers out there, use the meta ads to your advantage, because trying to depend on people to share and all that is not realistic. I can tell you right now. Yeah. It's not realistic. I don't care if you got 50,000 followers, 250,000 followers. If you think that just telling people to share is going to work, it's not going.
Meta ain't going to allow all your followers to see.
They won't. They strong arm you anyways. They going to cloud you. They going if it doesn't benefit them, then no, they want you to use the ads. But it just makes sense. This is the platform. Nobody's watching commercials. Even when they come on here, we're going to mute the TV. Yeah. Or, we're going to go look at our phone. Oh, commercial on. We're gone. We off of that. But on that form right there, as soon as the jump come up, if the music crank, you know what I mean, it's just important, which is the reason why Go-Go was important to even be a part of my film. I was like, I have to have it. Because to me, I knew that my audience and my lane that was going to really support me and back me to get me, to launch me. Because if everybody in DC is talking about, oh yeah, Christmas bonus, so-and-so's in that joint, man, they got Go-Go in that joint. You know how psyched they was when you all hit that movie? Oh man, that joint official. I got to come now, man. I'm going to check it out. All you had to do was say, oh yeah, Vibe, Cyrus in the joint. Oh yeah, that joint official. So you all carry a big, I think you all carry a big influence, you know what I mean, as far as the culture is concerned. It's tied into movies and everything. If a DC show ain't an official DC show unless it got Go-Go on it. They watching the soap opera right now. It's a soap opera going on about the DMV. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Beyond the Gates. It's on Channel 9. People watching. It's kind of like about Fort Washington, Maryland. But we just waiting on Go-Go. It done ran for 3 weeks. If it's in the DMV, you got a fake Ben's Chili Bowl on that joint. They got, the Italian Country Club. They got everything, and they keep saying Maryland and DMV, and they talk about DC. You gotta have that track.
You know who the producers are or the writers on that?
So I believe that one of the producers is originally from New York, but she may have went to Howard. Okay. But yeah, I mean it's a soap opera, bro. It's a soap opera, and
it's good.
It's a soap opera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you into soap operas, I mean, it's super theatrical. I'm just gassed that it's here. So I think that, they trying to find some of the references, you know what I mean? And it's okay for it not to feel like a straight home jump. Everybody can be like, hey, young man, it's close a mug out this jump, Slim. No, they ain't talking like that. But, they give it a vibe, you know what I'm saying? That like, okay, we know where we at, but I think it needs the sound.
What will it take for you to feel ultra accomplished? You know what I mean? Like we all are artists, and we still grinding and working. But what would it take for you to feel like I've done what I came here to do?
I hit that moment when I was at the premiere that you went to. That at that moment, I said it was 200 people in the crowd, And I knew that I was like, everybody that had invested in me my whole life, you know what I'm saying, everything that I put people through or whatever, at that moment I had felt like redemption. I said I gave something back to my community. So no matter what, if I never make another film, I'd be proud enough of A Christmas Bonus to say I stood on a community story about home. I did it for home, and I did it with home.
Man.
That's it. I don't never need another thing.
Let's give it up for that, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's plenty interesting. This, you ask that question to a lot of people, and they're gonna get monetary plateaus. When I make $1 million, or when I did this, or when I worked with Denzel Washington, or something like that.
Yeah.
But for you to be able to say that, you felt like you've accomplished that by giving back to the people that poured into you.
Yes, sir.
Shows that gratification.
Yeah.
And, it's not instant. It's not. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
But it was well deserved, and I guess the road was well worth travel.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that's honorable, man, and
appreciate that.
that's dope.
Mine was working with you on this podcast.
That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
Shaka, as you can see, the man can't be serious for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I just gave you this motherfucking beautiful soliloquy. I don't know if that's a word, but I just gave you this beautiful thing for Shaka, man. He gave the perfect answer. I big upped him, you know what I'm saying? Pause. I don't know if that's your pausable moment. I don't know if that was necessary. But, I gave him the whole thing, but, pause again. But... And here you come with this bullshit about, you felt that way when you started working with me.
So you don't know how to accept?
I know you playing. That's the problem.
I'm very serious right now.
Just because you talk quiet don't mean you're serious.
I'm saying, I can give you, man.
Hey,
I give you a role.
Shaka,
I give you a role. I see it, man.
Yeah.
I see it, man.
Fly him in.
So Shaka, A Christmas Bonus.
Yes, sir.
What is the path of a movie, right? So, because we new to it,
yes,
right? We well, I am. He probably been in a few movies. He just didn't call me. But so we hooked up with Dana Dane, Dana and her husband Brian, and we did a little segment in their movie. Do we know the name?
The Shop.
The Shop. No, it wasn't The Shop.
No.
It was the one before that.
Love or something?
Oh, yeah. So, but I know Dane and Hungerford. Yeah.
So we did a little section at the golf course, right?
Okay.
And Jossie was the director.
I know Jossie Vance. Yep.
Right. So we went in, did our little spill, and I guess we killed it because that's why she called us for the shop.
For the shop.
Okay. Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yes, sir.
But we don't really we just stepping into the film industry as just actors. So, say for instance, your movie, we do know that you do your premiere, and it goes through the festivals. I guess there's multiple festivals that it may go through.
Right.
And then it may not reach anybody for a year, right?
So what ends up happening is generally what you want to do is you want to have an idea of when you want to release the film to the public. Okay. You kind of have a concept of what you want to do as far as distribution. Like I told you, the game has changed. You don't have to go through a distributor to even get onto Tubi or any of these other platforms. There are other platforms that will allow you to come in, you know what I mean, submit your films, and they can represent you. A lot of times you'll see people that get aggregators. If you've seen like Homestead a lot, like on Tubi, you see Homestead. Dennis and them, like in Detroit, they're doing big things. They're aggregators and distributors, so they can get your films.
Is that Angel?
Who?
Angel? You said the movie Homestead?
Well, Homestead has a bunch of titles. They do a lot of the Detroit titles.
Detroit joints.
Yeah,
okay.
They do a rack of them joints.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they've got a rack of titles as well. But they can do like BT Plus. They can get you. They can make.
So
they can have
relationships with some of those.
Right. So it's like Megamind. You know what I mean? Octech. You know, Octech and Megamind from this area. They've got relationships with like BT Plus and different networks. So I've done projects with them as well. But I would say that the normal run of it is like, for instance, A Christmas Bonus. We shot the movie. 1 year, right? Then that next year we're touring it. So this whole year we're touring this film. We'll sell it around July. We'll decide where it's going to go.
Okay.
Right. Now, for me, because of the money that's invested, the way that the film looks, that's the type of film that you would take to an aggregator and say, hey, I've got this. Get this place for me. That's more one that you would see more like on a BET Her or something like that. Now, I'm not against taking it to Tubi because of the quality gap, it would do very well. And it's a family film. Right. So that's another thing. When you're looking at holiday movies, because when you're starting to talk about making money and strategically finding your people, there are people that love holiday movies. I mean, they are locked in and they'll watch them all day. So if you can make something that's safe, that can hit that, Hallmark can't tell me, no, you saw the movie. Hallmark could say, this could come on our channel. It's not offensive. But, one cuss word throw you off. You know what I mean? Like, could literally remove you. So you got to kind of like find your lane and see where it's marketable. But generally, your film won't be disappearing for a year. Now, you do see some producers will hold on to their movie. You've been in a movie, be like, man, when that junk gonna come out? That junk, I did that junk 2 years ago. I ain't seen it yet. That's because they haven't figured out how they're gonna return on their investment. Usually, that's what that means. They haven't found a place for their movie to land where they're gonna be able to give back their investors their money. And that's a whole nother game.
Okay, so then on a independent film, say you go through an aggregator versus going through Tubi, how does like basic deal structure work? And not without putting value or money in it. Yeah, percentage based or
so percentage based. So most of the time, like if I go through a distribution company, like let's say I want to do a deal with Homestead. Homestead's going to say, all right, we're going to take 20%, you're going to get 80. Now that 20% that they're going to take and the 80 that you're going to get is after Tubi takes their 50%. So whatever your quarterly numbers are, right? So let's just say you run for 4 months or 3 months, you get your first quarter back. Let's say you make $150,000. Tubi off the break takes 75, right? So then that 75 goes to your distributor. Your distributor is going to get that. They're going to take their 20%. Then you're going to get your money. Okay. You see what I mean? And you're going to get that quarterly every single time.
So, but you're saying too with Tubi, you can distribute yourself. Directly.
Yeah, so I mean, you can go through other aggregations. You know what I mean? You don't have to
to go through aggregation.
I mean, essentially, they're all considered to me aggregators. I mean, if you're the actual platform
it on Tubi, regardless, you don't go
right.
straight there.
You're not like, hey, Tubi, my name's Chaka. Here go my movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
you're gonna go
like
through something.
Yeah, it's like
CD
a DSP.
Baby, whatever.
You're gonna you're gonna go through somebody to get your joint to Tubi. You know what I mean? You can have your company, but like I said, somehow you're gonna get your way there. Independent artists can submit to Tubi. You can put it in the joint, but again, somewhere in there, there's an aggregator.
Somebody is an aggregator that's putting them bullshit movies out.
I'm telling you because
we got to find out who is the distributor.
It's a market for it. It's a market for bad movies.
So there's a lot of distribution companies, and you're going to start to see more and more of that. More and more people are going to start to say, I'm a distributor, I'm a distributor, I'm a distributor. I can get your movie up on the platform.
Have you heard of anything in the industry where they block you? Like they say this movie ain't good enough. Are they watching it, or is it too many? Is the volume too much for them?
Netflix has that mechanism.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely still a quality filter. Yeah, there's still quality control. Even like I said, Tubi's even trying to tighten up on it now.
It's a bot though. Like, is it?
There's rooms and they're trying to figure it out. I can tell you that because of the fact that Tubi's about to start having so much competition, right? Because now there's a million baby Tubis right now. I mean, a dude at the gas station told me, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. He was like, gave me a call. I was like, hey, I got a platform. I got my own channel on Roku. You need to take your movie here and don't give so and so don't give Tubi your money. You get the money to the brothers. I ain't gonna try to rob you. I only want this percentage, right? And he wants to put me up on his Roku channel. You know what I mean? But everybody's trying to get their foot in the game.
Everybody can get a Roku channel.
Anybody can, right? But can you get the ads? See, that's the thing. Can you get the sponsors to want to come onto your channel and make money? You know what I mean? You could tell when the Tubi movie doing good because the commercials just keep cooking. Like, it just keep interrupting the movie because it's doing so well that the advertisement wants to keep eating it up. And then the quality of the commercials get better. If you got a progressive commercial versus a pizza commercial from a shop down the street, you could tell how much better it's doing. That means that the movie's just generating more and more. So if you look at a TV series like Dirty D, the Dirty D that was on Tubi, that Detroit series was just killing it. You know what I mean? And then as everybody heard about it, they quickly jumped on it and did season 2. Then they got so popular that the people was like, hey, the actors was like, give us the bag or we leave. And they said, bye. And they brought in a whole new group of actors and said, we're going to do it again. So, you can definitely eat on Tubi. I would tell anybody that's thinking about, getting their independent on that, yes, you could start at Tubi and use the meta ads to get people to directly link in there.
Shaka, we got to start right now. Herb and Clem's Thanksgiving dinner or Halloween feast.
I say just holiday.
You want a holiday movie?
Holidays with with Herb and Clem. We can tie Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that into one.
Into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're all prepared for it.
You should do, I'm telling you, y'all should do an 80s style movie. I'm telling y'all, man.
Because you know what you're doing and just call us.
But y'all come sit down and let's talk about some ideas because I've seen the backyard stuff. I've seen some of the skits. And what we can do is implement it. But I think that if you do like a Ernest Goes to Camp, kind of just take y'all out of this environment, leave DC and go somewhere. And y'all just be y'all in y'all environment. We put y'all in places where it's going to be funny. And to be honest with you, if we were smart, I ain't even going to talk about it.
I'm about to say production meeting at 12.
Because it just hit me exactly how we need to do this joint. It's fire. I'm going to talk to you
about
it.
Write it down.
It's already done. It's done.
Yeah. All right, man. So tell people how we can find you, man. Your movies, your productions.
Definitely, man. So if you need to know anything, because I have over like 100 film credits. I'm probably like in 30 movies on Tubi right now. But if you just type in my name, Chaka, Chaka, Balamani, Balamani, you could Google me. I'm on IMDb. I'm on all like the platforms. I'm in films on probably every streaming platform that's out right now. I'm in something. But yeah, you can follow me at Chaka the Actor, Chaka the Actor. The last 15 years of my life, as far as my acting career, has been posted on there. So you could literally look back at my entire journey from my first breaks, my first movies, all of it to where I'm at now. But yeah, Chaka the Actor. And definitely check out A Christmas Bonus. We've got music from both of these gentlemen on there. And it's already winning. We've been in festival for about 2 months, and we've already won multiple Best Actor, Actresses awards, Best Feature Film. Oh, and sweet. It's continuing to grow, and it's coming to your homes this year, this holiday. So join us. We will be at the Virginia Black Film Festival. We're an official selection, so that's going to be Juneteenth weekend down in Hampton. We're going down there super deep. We're going to take over, and we're really going to show out and represent the DMV down there at the Hampton, Virginia Black Film Festival this year. So check us out and continue to follow. You can follow A Christmas Bonus as well on IG for more updates. I actually just started showing the behind-the-scenes making. So all summer long, all the way up to November, every single week, I'm going to be dropping behind-the-scenes interviews and showing you all the real making of the process, because I shot a documentary about making the movie while I did it. Because I did it for us, with us,
out here.
By us.
Real behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So when is the Virginia Festival?
So that's Juneteenth weekend. I believe it's June 17th through the 22nd. It's jazz festivals, music festivals, all of that's going down there. And that film festival, it's going to be big on the arts. It's going to be beautiful weather. You already know what it's going to be. Beautiful people. And the Christmas bonus is going down there, and we coming down there to win it all.
That's what's up.
You know what it is. Appreciate the support. Thank y'all again. Thank you, Jason, man, for the connection. Jason was somebody that was in one of my projects. I had met him at like Saks. Matter of fact, I think I was in the TV series. We were shooting Transitions, and Jason was in the scene up at Saks, and I just saw him, and I was like, "Yeah, man, you got like a bravado about you, just like a smooth character. I think you'd be good on camera." He was like, "I mean, I don't know. I knew Kirby or whatever," and so I went and talked to Jason and told him I got this car show, because I'm also into cars. We didn't get into that, but I'm a big car dude, like race cars.
Old schools?
Like, no, I race
race
cars,
okay.
like Buzz Creek and, you know what I'm saying, like, Dominion Raceway and things like that. Been into that for a long time. And then I mod cars. So, like, the underglows and things like that. I was always one of those dudes that always modded cars and was into car life. So I had a TV series that I came up with called Stunt Sundays, which was really going to cover the whole car culture. And if you notice, like in the last 5 or 6 years, it almost became like bike gangs. You would see car clubs and, you know, all these things going everywhere. So I wanted to give an opportunity to show the positive light about it, because one thing that people didn't know is that we did a lot of like volunteer service, community service, fed the homeless at some, you know what I'm saying, Adopt a Road. There was a lot of things that these car clubs were doing, but we were getting a lot of negative energy about the burnouts, you know, the stuff that was happening, the bullshit that comes with the good, you know what I mean? And so at that time I said, well, you know what I'm gonna do for my community? I'm gonna give you all a TV show. So I went full production. We shot a real live pilot. I went and got Jason as one of the hosts to come on the joint. Literally when we were having discovery meetings with big networks, the Bay Bridge incident happens where the dude takes that Z and does the donuts all around the joint. They were already like, man, it just was like one last national news report, like kind of skunked the movement. So Bama's always doing Bama shit. We'll kind of come back at the end. But the show was never, you know, nobody's done it yet. So that's one of the things that I knew was like some of those moments. I know that it's really a victory. I don't know what the victory is yet, but I felt bad for the whole cast after we really had worked to get that pilot together, that I knew that when I was going to go and do my next project, I was going to come back and get Jason. So I had a character, one of the restaurant owner. I was like, yo, you're going to be like this Morris Day character. You just a smooth cat.
Smooth, light-skinned motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? And he came in and he killed it, and he was ready. He was excited for his opportunity. You know what I mean? And he kind of already started to get the bug. You know what I mean? So he had all the utensils, everything that I needed. Came in, did it. But really, at the end of the day, I didn't know that it was going to be the connection to the final piece that I needed, which was the original Go-Go soundtrack, because the movie was based really about that dad that loves Go-Go, you know, the old head, the super old head. That's just like, so Earl and his love for Go-Go and just the way that what Go-Go meant to Oxon Hill. Like I always tell people, if you were ever to tell the story of my life, my movie needs to start with me hearing Albie D on the radio and him announcing the top song of the day is Red Essence.
It's me, it's Albie.
Do you know what time it is? It's me, Albie D. Top song of the day. And I would just hit that, take my mom's little church tape, put that paper in there, and hit that record button and record over that jump and get that track. You know what I mean? Like that was like my memory of what go-go music meant. So to me, you know what I mean? I was like, I had to have those sounds. And the fact that y'all had the Christmas joints, and the fact that Jason was like one phone call, y'all were like, yeah, man, that sound dope. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
That was it. You know what I mean? And everything else, because of the energy and the way that y'all did that is literally the way that the artist that came and made that movie, it all came together that way. It was just like, we respect what you're trying to do. We respect you as an artist. And that movie is magic. And so everything that happens for all of us after that, because we did it ourselves, I didn't borrow any money to make this movie. I borrowed you all's talents. So I didn't make the movie to try to make money and say, oh, you know, this is my big flip. No, I made this movie to say, if I get my one shot, my foot in the door, I'm going to show you what the DMV got. So I went and got the most talented people I got, and you all wrapped it up. I got the music now. We in there.
That's inspirational, bro. And one more time, get them name of the movie.
A Christmas Bonus. It's coming this year. You can see us. We're going to be in festivals across the country. Continue to lock in. Virginia is not the only place we're going to be. We're going to start to make announcements more and more. So please check us out. Stay locked in. We got original go-go music on this movie. It's a beautiful, heartfelt story, and we're bringing awareness to the 50% mortality rate for African American women that are diagnosed with cervical cancer. That is something that was a passion of mine. So check out, survivor.org for more information, you know what I mean, about testing and awareness. And again, I appreciate y'all having me on this platform.
Yes, sir.
So does Christmas Bonus have its own IG, or is your IG?
Yeah, A Christmas Bonus has its own IG as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
A movie with a message.
Yes, indeed.
With DC original go-go music by DcVybe and Sirius Company.
Yes.
So make sure y'all go check it out, man. That's what's up. Well, Chaka, we thank you for coming through, man.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all having me, man.
Chaka Balamani.
There it is.
Yes.
And also shout out to your wife Jamila, who helps you with Harborview Filmworks, man. It's they say beside every great man is a great woman.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Y'all check it out. It's a lot of materials on there. Also, my media production that did do the Christmas bonus is BMP Filmworks. Y'all can go to bmpfilmworks.com. You can see some of my films that I directed, trailers from my work, and a lot of my acting stuff on there as well.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to your mom, too.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. Shout out to Michelle Balamani, the reason why I'm everything that I am.
That's what's up.
Real talk.
Let's give a round of applause, man. Chaka Balamani. Yes, sir. I am Frank Sirius, a.k.a. Scooby the Godson, along with my partner here, man.
I am Certificate of Appreciation presented by... Who gave it to us, Scoop?
Chelsea Green. I'm sorry. Chastity Green.
And
shout out to Chastity Green, who gave my man Dirk, finally got his first award. I am flying right now.
hey, SiriusVybe Primetime. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
It don't cost you nothing to subscribe to this channel.
Hit that button.
And hit the like.
Boop.
Good night, y'all. Peace and love.
Shout out to my man Chaka.
Yeah.